So Joe K9UR wanted to know how hard it was to create a backup of the micro SD card for the RF amplifier, and this is how I did it. Super easy. First thing I did was VNC to the amplifier. Once you're VNC'd in, you can just hit the Windows button on your keyboard to pull up a menu, or you can hit Alt F4 to close the RFKit program. And in here we have, under Accessories, SD card copier. You need to insert an SD card, and the easiest way to do that was I picked up one of these SD card readers from Amazon just because I'm not sure where the last one I put, so I just bought another one. I picked this one solely because it was same-day delivery from Amazon, and it worked. And it has multiple cards you can use. In this case, I used a 32 gig SanDisk Extreme Pro, very similar to what's shown here on the advertisement. Their photo here, but I used a 32 gig card. I inserted the card into the card reader, plugged the card reader USB into the back of the amplifier. Didn't even have to take the Raspberry Pi out or anything. It's plugged into the back of the amplifier where I currently have my CAT connection. So I just removed the CAT connection. I plugged in the SD card reader, and then from the desktop of the Raspberry Pi in the RF kit was SD card copier, and then source was the original drive device MMCB LK0, and destination, I was able to pull up the destination being the external drive, and I was able to identify the external drive just by opening up command line, typing df-h, and I was able to see the drive that was mounted and what device it was, and that's how I was able to identify what drive it was. Then I hit start and it cloned the drive. That's all it was. That's all there was to it. Once the drive was cloned, I powered it off, swapped the card, and good to go. So you can use that method to back up the SD card in your amplifier very easily. And just to return everything back to normal, you just go to shutdown and reboot. Reboot to normal. The other thing I might want to show real quick is some people are worried about corrupting their SD card by just turning the power off on the amplifier. As long as there's nothing being written to the card, you're not going to hurt it by just pulling the power. The only time you're going to hurt the data on the corrupt file system on the SD card is if data is being written, and that for the most part should pretty much never happen with the way that the Raspberry Pi OS is set up. As long as you're not writing to any data to it, you can pull the power no problem. It's not going to hurt anything. But what I did was to help prevent that type of problem, just because I was bored and thought I would play with this, I created a little batch file. So I installed PuTTY, and I just did a little command. So this is login SSH, the username Pi, and then the password, and then just have a little command sudo shutdown sh now, which tells the Raspberry Pi just to shut down immediately. And I can demonstrate that pretty easily. If I just click this batch script I created on the desktop, it runs this command, logs in, and the amplifier is shut down that fast. So just to double click on the shortcut, and the amplifier shuts down, and I can reach over and hit the power off. So that's a clean shutdown for the Raspberry Pi. Just a nice easy way of doing it. Alright, bye.